Hello there guys, how's it going? It is the final render here, coming at you with another live stream. Whoop whoop whoop. Everyone jump on that live stream hype train. This train's going all the way off the tracks. Whoop whoop. Yeah, I've been trying to work out some new ways to kind of introduce the streams in my head. I thought a train, because why not? I like trains. How's it going guys? Are we all okay? Are we all having fun? Are we ready for a live stream? I really wasn't going to do a live stream today. You know, I've been kind of feeling kind of lethargic all day. I've been like, oh, I don't know if I can really feel it. I don't know if I can feel it. But you know what? Let's just do it, alright? Let's just have some fun. Let's just go partying all night. Well, at least partying until 11 PM GMT, which is when the stream ends. So, how are you? Are you all alright? Let's go ahead and see who we've got in the chat then. Let's go ahead and see. Larry Durrell is here again. Nice to see you, Larry. Nice to see you, Larry. You're always coming in here. Super Cool Bros YouTube says, I'm sitting here playing Guitar Hero waiting. Well, welcome. I was going to try to say something clever, but unfortunately, the only thing that came out was just saying thank you. So yeah, really, that's the best thing to say, really, I suppose, isn't it? What has got? The Real Angry Rant says, is that Oxthorn's music? I don't know, actually. This music, it's called Hot Swing. And it's part of the YouTube royalty-free section. So it might be. He might use the same bit of music. But yeah, it's all from the YouTube royalty-free section. What else is there? Nick Matthews says, hey all. Hello there, Nick. Did you enjoy your birthday? I certainly hope so. Yeah, I remember. Clever as an ox, I am. Clever as an ox. Even though I've never really spoken to one before. Alice Joe Potter says, hey Render. Hello. Late to the Fallout says, whoop, got all my groceries put away just in time for the stream. But you see, that's goddamn right. You're getting your groceries away in time for the stream. Get all your chores done before the stream starts, and then boom, I have your divided attention, don't I? Yes, indeed. What else have we got in the chat? Let's go to see. Sneakerheads Inc. says, yo, love your mods. Oh, thanks, dude. That is awesome. We're making a pretty big one right here, and it's going to be very, very cool. And Chrissy Reed says, hey Render, and hey everyone. Now, you see Chrissy Reed not just saying hello to me, saying hello to everyone. We've got the friendliest community here on YouTube, haven't we? Everyone says hello to everyone. No one says, hi Render. Don't really care much for the rest of you though. Dave, did anyone say that? No, no one. So we've got the friendliest community here on YouTube, and it's going to be awesome. We're really going to see it today, that's for sure. What have we got? The Irish Simmer says, hi, my favourite Fallout YouTuber, and I'm playing Fallout 4 on my PlayStation 4. Hello there, Irish Simmer. How are you? I assume you're talking to me when you say favourite Fallout YouTuber. I hope so. Anyway, okie dokie. So, are we all happy and ready to have a good time? But of course, there are some things we've got to do before we start the stream, you know. We normally spend the first 10 minutes getting ready, and of course we've done it for 5 minutes so far. So what do we do when we start the stream, people? What do we always do? Let's get our share spike up in here. Boom! There we go. Big old share spike. The dust is settling for the share spike. If you're new here, this is what we do. If you're watching the stream, you have got to go ahead and share the live stream on your favorite social media platforms. If you have multiple, do it on all of them. It's what we do. I'm going to be doing the same here for Twitter. I'm going to be going on the Twitter. Tweet. And we're going to go ahead and see what this bird has to say. Okay, so we are going to be... are we going to be finishing? We are going to be doing much more work on our Diamond City apartments. Come check it out. Come check it. Just come check it. Come check it. There we go. You see, now I'm like kind of down with the kids, you know? Hip and trendy, you know, like, hey kids, you heard that latest exhibit track? Everyone's got ahead and go ahead and do that as well. That is my contribution to the share spike done. You guys got to go ahead and do the same. If you guys can go ahead and share it via your favorite social media platforms, Facebook, MySpace, YouTube, Grindr, everything like that, we will get everything going, ready to start building. We always go ahead and do that. And of course, another thing to take note as well regarding social media, of course, is that we have the Twitter open. That is right, we have the Twitter open. If you go to my Twitter, which you can find in the description, but if you can't find it in there, it is final_render. At final_render, you can send in your selfies and your images and your messages while enjoying the live stream. You can send in your selfies of you enjoying the live stream. Let's go ahead and see what we got so far. We actually do have an image already, so let's go ahead and see what we have got. Boom! This one right here. We have got Bull Hokey, at Bull Hokey, who says, at final render, listening to your stream. while playing Fallout 4. Looks like they're over in Covenant right now, probably up to no good. Thanks very much for sending in your image, buddy. If you want to go ahead and get your images sent onto the Twitter, then that is fantastic. Go ahead and send them into @final_render, and then we can go ahead and show them. We can't accept video, I'm afraid, though. We can't accept video because we don't have time to check if it's copyright and stuff like that. But images just fine, along with messages. So just Chrissy Reed here is retweeting the share spike, which is what we need. Chrissy Reed is always in here, always in the chat, always retweeting, always saying hello. Thank you very much, Chrissy Reed. That is fantastic. Delta Z Rogue says, Render, I have a question. Well, you better go and answer it then, buddy, haven't you? The Real Angry Rant says, is that door texture from GTA 4? Well, this one here. These are textures from the base game, actually. We don't actually have any external assets in the builds we do. That way, you can use them on every single system, whether it's on PlayStation 4, PC, or, of course, the Xbox One. So, that's why we don't go ahead and use external assets here. Okay. Larry Doe says, the apartments have taken a long time. Well, not really. Not really. This is our third stream doing them. You know, we got everything prepped, we got everything planned. You know, we started halfway through one of the streams. So technically it's like 2.5. And you know, here's the thing. These builds take time. They do take time. Some people think that it just happens very, very quickly. Or you can get it done in a couple days. No. These take forever. They take forever. Why do you think the base game took years and years to make? Almost half a decade it took to make Fallout 4. I'm just one dude. You know what I'm saying? Okie dokie. So, now that we've got everyone here, we've got 36 people watching. We could go ahead and get some more people in here if we once again, of course, go ahead and contribute all of our favorite share spikiness to the stream. We can get as many people watching in here, but for now, I think it's time to get started, don't you? Alright, last thing, just to go ahead and check, Delta Z Rogue says, do you have PlayStation 4? If so, am I able to add you? Oh yeah, go for it, buddy. It is a final_render, I believe. If you actually go onto the videos we've uploaded, then you can see that we actually have a DVR version of the Fortnite live stream. And that was on PlayStation 4 with fans. So you can go ahead and find some of the links in there to go ahead and add me on PlayStation 4 if you want. Word of warning though, I don't really play my Fallout. I don't really play PlayStation 4 that much, okay? Mostly it's just a YouTube machine. So don't expect me to go joining your parties and stuff like that all the time. But it's there so that when we do our fantastic live streams together, you've already got me added, haven't you? There we go. Alright, so we've got a couple things to do to kind of finish off this apartment complex. It's not actually going to take that long, I don't think. But there's always something which gets in the way, isn't there? There's always something that gets in the way. So how about we go ahead and get started? Firstly, what we need to do, if the camera starts glitching that is, what we need to do is go ahead and finish off the back walls of the apartment. Finish off the back walls, and then we're able to go ahead and add some of the railings and stuff like that. So we can kind of gauge how much space we've got, you know? Alright, so let's go ahead and grab a load of our panels right here. And then we can get started, can't we? Alright, so let's go ahead and duplicate a load of these then. Just kind of got a random selection of the panels and stuff like that. And we can go ahead and bring them towards us, can't we? Oop, there, got the snapping turned on right there. How about we go ahead and see if we can not do that with the snapping. Let's go ahead and bring these panels right here. Bring them right to the back and then raise them up a little bit so they hit that wooden seam that we placed. You know, that little wooden seam that we placed right there. That's exactly what we need to do. We need to go ahead and line it up just like that. It could be over the top or intersecting. Really doesn't matter. But obviously, if you intersect it, it's definitely safe. You know, it's definitely going to be touching the wood because it's in the wood. And if there's one thing you want to do with the wood, it is be inside it. Never thought I'd say that in my life. Okay, let's go ahead and lower that section right down there. And obviously, we did just go ahead and get the same panels as what was on the front. And whilst there's nothing really wrong with that, it will show. People will notice. So what we're going to do, we're just going to go ahead and move some of the sections around. You know, kind of slide it together like a little jigsaw puzzle. Just so we can kind of get some different flavors of metal textures. Because you don't want to have the same metal texture everywhere. And you definitely don't want to have the same pieces in the same position. Because otherwise, it becomes obvious that all you've done is copy and pasted it. And there's nothing wrong with using the same pieces, but just don't use the same arrangement so it doesn't actually look the same, so to speak, you know? Go ahead and slide that right there. And a bit to the side, just like that. Boom! How's your father? Right there. And a little bit right there as well. Superb. Alright, so let's go ahead and get some more bits. we always use the sections from the DC kits, don't we? Diamond City kit. Originally, we just used Diamond Kit Metal, but then we discovered that DC Kit also has a wooden section as well, so we're able to go ahead and add bits of plywood and stuff like that as well to go ahead and make some truly unique buildings. Well, unique buildings for our build anyway. All these metal sections are only in Diamond City. You won't see any of these metal bits outside of Diamond City, assuming the labeling is correct anyway. You know, sometimes you might see pieces here and there, but for the most part, these sections you can only find in Diamond City. So, that's fantastic stuff. What are the people saying then? Okay, so, let's go ahead and read some of the things. Okay, Knight of Autumn says, streaming this on my phone while building my own Nuka World, I presume, while building my very own Nuka World Red Rocket settlement in Fallout 4. This is living, eh? You're goddamn right. What else are you gonna do with your life? Go ahead and cure diseases and stuff? No! You're gonna sit here and play Fallout 4. That's what living's about. Yeah, thank you very much, dude. That is absolutely awesome. Anything else going on? Anything else going on? And Super Cool YouTube Bro says, hey, Render, I made it. I know you made it. I read your message earlier. Nice to see you, buddy. Thanks for coming out. And we have also got Nina Galsworth says, I play Fallout Shelter. That's cool, Nina. Thank you very much for saying that. I actually haven't played Fallout Shelter for a while. I think I got to like 130 settlers and then just kind of stopped. You know, I'm not too into mobile gaming really too much. You know, it kind of bores me after a while. It's like, it's fun for a little bit, but not for too long. But that being said, I think that's okay, you know? I don't think a mobile game should be expected to last as long as, say, a PC or a console game. I don't think you should expect that, because it is a simpler mechanic, it's a simpler system, and I really don't see why you should expect a mobile game to last as long. You know what I mean? Especially since most of them are just kind of regular old tapping kind of things, you know? They're not too complex. Let's go ahead and rotate this other section up here. And of course, you know, we can go ahead and make things bigger and stuff like that. Not too much bigger, obviously. We don't want to go ahead and make the texture look muddy and stuff. Because if you've got an item and you want to make it bigger, you can't go too crazy with it. If you make it too big, then people will notice the quality of the texture isn't quite up to snuff with something that's normally meant to be that size. So, unfortunately, there is a limit to how much you can make things bigger. But, you know, it's still fairly generous. And so, if it's just something like this, like a piece of metal, it's probably not going to be the end of the world. But if you, say, got like a person and made them giant, for example, you would notice all the poor textures on their clothing and stuff like that as you start to get real close into it, you know? Not that we intend to make giant people or anything. Although you probably could. You know, you could have, like, some burrowers version of Fallout 4. I don't know. Technically, in a way, they do live under the ground and stuff like that. The burrowers lived on the floorboards, right? Conspiracy theory confirmed. Fallout was based on the burrowers? Question mark? Who knows? Okay, so as you guys know, people, these streams are entirely ad-free. These streams are entirely ad-free because we do not want Google interrupting these streams. For one, showing up adverts for the latest software consultancies or the latest lipstick or something like that. We don't want any of that. But what we do want to go ahead and do is build. And the best way to go ahead and do big builds like this is to stream them with the donations open. So therefore, we have the donations open. Not only does it mean we can avoid the whole advert kind of thing, but it also means we can go ahead and keep these giant builds going, because I can't just go ahead and sustain these giant builds based purely on ad revenue. It's not enough. You know, these big projects take far too long. This is like, what, session 18 of this? It takes too long to go ahead and rely on ad revenue. So therefore, we have the donations open. Last stream, we actually had a little donation war, and the winner of that donation war was Late to the Fallout. As you can see, her name is just kind of filling the top bar right there. So how about we go ahead and see if we can get some fantastic donations in to help keep the stream going. You know what I'm saying? We have the PayPal open, which you can find in the description. We have the YouTube Super Chat program open, which you can find in the chat. There should be a little dollar symbol in there, which you can click to send in some monies. And of course, we also have the Patreon open. Here's the thing, people. With the Patreon, I believe if we get another $17 on the Patreon, it's getting over $100 a month then, which is actually pretty nice. Then it's paying for the internet, and it's paying for the editing software. So, How about we see if we can do that today? How about we see if we can get the Patreon over that limit? Let's see if we can get a $20 Patreon today. And of course, also, if you support the Patreon, then you actually get a lock in Subnautica, which we need to do some more streaming of, don't we? Yes, we do. Alright. So let's go ahead and carry on adding these sections here. And being careful to not layer them up on top of each other too much, because otherwise they won't actually be in line with the wall. If you're ever unsure if it's lined up against the wall, just go ahead and check, is it intersecting with the wood? And then we know for certain that it is not actually going to be kind of levitating above the other panel, so to speak. Does that make sense? I certainly hope so. What are the people saying? The Happy Hamburger Gaming says, notice me, please. Consider yourself noticed. Not that you have noticed. Consider yourself noticed. And Marcus Rose says, after I watched some of the other guys, I almost died inside. Do you mean the movie? Maybe. I haven't seen it. I actually have not seen it myself. Alright, so go and grab some of these other ones. Actually, let's see if we can get some of the wooden ones right here. If we can get some of the wooden sections, then that would be pretty darn nice, wouldn't it? Go ahead and line those up. There we go. These medium planks and stuff. But we've also got these big plywood sections, which are really nice. Because the plywood kind of implies that they wanted to do it all out of metal, but didn't quite have enough. Or maybe it kind of implies they just need any kind of resources at all to go ahead and make this. Maybe it implies there is damage. Who knows? But it's all about world building, isn't it, people? It's all about world building. We keep saying this every single stream. You gotta think, why is this built in a certain way? Why is it made out of metal? It's made out of metal because it's all built from the scrap of the city. Now, I know a lot of people may be saying, this is an awful lot of metal. How on earth do they find all this metal? Well, you gotta remember, people, this is right in the middle of the city. You know, so there's gonna be metal everywhere. Not only that, but the Fallout motif, the kind of design of Fallout, there is a huge amount of metal structures and stuff in the cities. So therefore, there should be plenty of ways to go ahead and get all the metal pieces you need. But sometimes, you just need a little bit of wood, don't you? Final render, 2018. Is it 2018? Yes. Yes, it is 2018. I don't know dates. I didn't even know what day it is. What day is it? Are my pants on? No, they're not. But oh well. Go ahead and get this other bit of metal right here. This is actually a bent piece. And as you know, I'm not the biggest fan of the bent pieces. But they do add a little bit of texture. Because the bent pieces actually tend to cause problems, really. You know, we're lining things up. But hey, let's go ahead and try to put one in there right now. Because if you can pull it off, if you can pull off a bent piece, then it actually looks pretty nice. And the thing about building up these back walls is we're not just going to have these flat walls and stuff. We're also going to have, like, air vents on them. They might have some posters or something. We'll have little lamps on them. Stuff like that. Little crimscrams. Little crimscrams. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying. Alright, what else are people saying then? Wild Animal says, did he build only on the upper part? Yeah. Well, we're building on the upper part right here. You know, we've got the apartment right there, which we are currently building. We have got... Oh, yep. Scroll back. It's been really laggy today. I don't know why that is. Very laggy, in fact. That's very weird. I reset the computer just before we started streaming. So, I hope you like this view of the grey place, you know? The grey void. Yeah, why is it being so slow today in particular? This is going to annoy me very quickly. It might be the case that we have got to maybe, you know, quit the creation kit and open it up again. It may be the case. We'll try to grind it out for a little bit. We'll do some grinding with the creation kit right here until it, you know, bursts. So this is the city we've got so far then, basically. Go to take a look. You know, we've got regular old Diamond City down there. That's for plebs. We don't care about that. And of course, we've also got our market over there. We have got our park over there. We got our kids' play park over here. Because we did say we wanted to have a bigger section for the children. And we have also got this section here. And it appears to not be loading the rest of it. Yeah, there's definitely something up with the computer being a bit slow, to say the least. Oh, well, it's what it is. When we load it up again, it should actually hopefully load up the entire cell. Hopefully. Okay. What are the people saying there? What are the people saying? Okay. So, Chrissy Reed says, your mind is just staring, which is very unusual. Your mind is just staring. Oh, that's a very unusual thing to say. Lady of the Fallout says, Dave stole your pants. Did he? Dave! Dave, bring back my pants. Yeah, the pink ones. Okay, I'll do that in a minute. He doesn't like coming on stream too much, Dave, you know. He's always hiding somewhere in the corner. Doesn't really like showing his face too much. Okay, I'm getting a little bit concerned now. Why isn't the rest of this loaded? It hasn't deleted... Oh, thank heavens. Okay, it is starting to load. I was just thinking, did we just accidentally delete a load of the stuff? But no, now we're looking at it. It is starting to load it up. Oh, thank heavens. Oh, little bit of a panic there. I'm going to be honest, little bit of wee came out. Okay. Let's go ahead and see if we can finish off this section now. We'll probably just kind of copy and paste the rest of it now. You see, this is where it's starting to get to the stage where I might have to do some optimizing for the thing. Because as I've said, I wanted to build something massive, build something giant, so I can learn how to optimize a mod, basically. And there are ways to do it. You know, there's like portals and stuff, and there's occlusion planes and everything like that. Haven't actually got any of them in there right now. And I think it would be good for me to go ahead and learn to do that, because I know there have been numerous times when a lot of my mods haven't worked on PlayStation or Xbox, mostly on the kind of bigger ones, like the Pridwin one and stuff like that. And it's because there's no real optimization in there. So I'd like to go not only bigger and better than I've ever been, but I'd also like to go ahead and optimize it. So you can get a smoothness, you know, the bigness can glide in smoothly. If that makes any kind of sense at all. I don't really know. What else are people saying there? What else are people saying? Okay, so Godly Gamer says, is this going to be mod in the future? Is this going to be a mod in the future? This is a mod. It's already a mod. It's not available to download right now, but this is what we're doing. We are building a mod, so we can go ahead and have it downloadable for all of you guys. And the coolest thing about this build is that I think it's probably not only the biggest one, like I've already said, but it's also probably one of the most lore-friendly ones I've done. Now, I've started to become a bit of a fan of doing more lore-friendly stuff, you know, mostly because I don't have to think about it so much. Does that make sense? If it's lore-friendly, I can just basically throw anything in that's in the normal assets, and it makes sense. But if I'm trying to do a particular theme, then that's a bit harder without the external assets, you know. So probably save those for, like, the actual building ones. Oh, yeah, speaking of which, actually, I was thinking of taking a break from this mod next stream, so not tomorrow, but the day after. I was thinking about taking a break from it and trying to do like a 2-hour settlement build video. You know, try to build a settlement in 2 hours with you guys watching. What do you think about that? And the idea is that I would probably do it on... I'd probably do it on PC, but I don't know if I want to do like a vanilla one or I want to do one with mods or something. I don't know, you know. Give me some of your ideas and stuff like that about what you think would be cool. Because I don't just want to stream some more building, you know. I want it to be quite cool as well. A bit different. A little bit jazz, a little bit rock and roll. So, send in your suggestions. You know, we could do like PlayStation 4 vanilla. We could do PlayStation 4 modded. We could do PC modded. We can do PC unmodded. I would say Creation Kit, but that's what we're trying to get away from, you know. So, throw your ideas. Throw your ideas down. Throw them away. Okay, what are the people saying then? Laura Elstrid says, sorry I'm late. Fixing lunch for me and the 2 kiddos. Are the apartments going to have any windows? Riches can afford decent glass. I don't know about that yet, actually. I don't know if we're going to have windows. We definitely won't have windows looking in so you can see the interiors, because then we've actually got to model the interior. But maybe, you know, maybe. When we design the interior, if we think the interior needs a window, then we'll have the windows. Because obviously, the other places don't have windows. But then again, these rich people might have windows, you know? So, that's something we've got to decide when we do one of the interior cells. You know, we'll do one of the interior cells. I don't know if the interior cell will have a workshop in it or not. Like, we could do. That would actually make it a lot easier as well, now think about it. You know, we can just put a workshop in there. So it's very similar to, say, you know, what's it called, home plate. And then people can just make their own. That might actually be a good idea, actually, now I think about it. In fact, we probably could do that. What we could probably do, we could probably, maybe not this stream, but the stream after, go ahead and build the interiors to one of these apartments, and then maybe try to build in it in the settlement mode to make a video? I don't know, I don't know. I'm just throwing ideas out there. What do you guys think? What do you guys think? Alright. Later the Fallout says, I say a small kooky build. Sorry, build at Nuka World. Nuka World. Where haven't I built in Nuka World? I don't think I ever did a build in Nuka World at the Red Rocket. I could do that, you know, it's the same as you right now, basically. could go ahead and do that and pinch all of your ideas. But I don't go pinching ideas. Idea pinching is for people who are unloved. It's true. Google it. Charlie Chaplin said that. Don't like that one. That one's bent right there. Okay, so just a few more pieces. Whatever. Let's just go ahead and copy and paste some of the other ones across now. I'm just searching through menus, basically. So let's just go ahead and drag and drop some of the other sections across. Because in this stream, I would like to get all the walls done, get the railings done, and maybe start one of the upper ones. But then again, if I've just mentioned that I might try to go ahead and do the interior cell, we could try to make an interior cell. Just throwing ideas out there, you know, just whistling into the wind, hoping eventually that someone hears my song. That was quite poetic in a way. I quite like that. It's kind of depressing in a way, though, wasn't it? What is it with poets and always trying to be depressing? God's sake. Cheer up. Yep, that's slowly starting to come together. I think I grabbed along an extra piece, which isn't really needed. Oh, but I definitely need to go ahead and actually lower this one a bit, actually, now I think about it. There we go, we got that there. And just go ahead and slide this one along. Yep, that's looking good, That might not actually be... Oh, I hope. We got a big old gap there. Gromit. How about we go ahead and plug that gap right there? We don't want to have a gap in our walls. If there's a gap in our walls, we've got to explain why there's no interior. So we definitely don't want that. I'll go ahead and scale it up a bit. Lower it down. And pop it to the back. There we go. And looky here. We got a little bit of a gap right here as well. How about we go ahead and grab, say, this wooden piece here. Give it a rotate. Put my hand down, flip it and reverse it. And then pull it out a little bit. Just like that, just so we can kind of cover this seam right here. There we go. Have a slightly at an angle as well, just to make it look a bit sloppy, you know. So apart from this one little gap here, that is one side done. What else are people saying in the chat then? Okay, Fallout 5Z says, I like turtles. Well, indeed. Larry Dole says, who's Charlie Chaplin? Oh, don't be silly, Larry. Don't be silly. Really? Everyone knows who Charlie Chaplin is. Okay, what else is there? Gonna go ahead and read through the chat right here. Night of Autumn says, that build does sound quite cool. Why not build a companion-themed home? Choose a companion and build the most lore-friendly house you can with what you've got. I don't like doing that because I don't have everyone assigned as a companion. And not only that, but then I've got to do it for all of them, you know? And I don't know if I necessarily want to do that right now. Tell you the truth, I didn't really like the companion system in Fallout 4 too much. It was kind of pointless, really. The only thing that was really good for was that occasionally you would get a unique quest for that companion, you know? But really, Dogmeat is the only one you need. If you think about it, Dogmeat takes all of your stuff, and he doesn't freaking yell at you as well. Maybe it's just because I like Dogmeat so much, I don't like the other companions too much. I don't know. It might just be because I like Dogmeat too much. I suppose I kind of like Codsworth, I suppose. But then again, I haven't really taken him around since my very first playthrough either. How about we go ahead and move that slightly back. That should be good. Okay, so that's that side completely done. Okay, so we need to go ahead and do this back side now. Need to go ahead and do this back side. Oh yeah, we added this little curved section, didn't we? I forgot about that. That was a nice little idea to go ahead and add that curved section. It really worked out well. Okay, one thing I do need to do though, haven't done it yet of course, is that I need to go ahead and pay a visit to the doctor. Why do I need to go ahead and pay a visit to the doctor? Because I have a sugar deficiency. So let's go and consult Dr. Pepper right here and see if he can go ahead and perk me up a little bit. Because as I said, I really didn't feel like doing a stream today, but caffeine and sugar has motivated me to do so. So let's go ahead and do that. Okay. The Happy Hamburger Gaming says, do a Far Harbor build. Well, I actually don't have any of the places unlocked for Far Harbor. I hated Far Harbor. I'm not going to lie. I really didn't like it. Well, I kind of like the story of the quest, but the actual place itself, hated it. Hated everything about Far Harbor. You know, it just looked ugly. Everything about it, I didn't want to be there. You know, I really didn't want to be there, you know? Okay. Pull this out. it up. There we go, there we go. Alright, good old Dr. Pepper is in the house. Ready to give you your consultation. Excellent stuff. So now we got that done. Let's go ahead and add this final wall then. Just this final wall. Oh, we got a little bit of a gap there, haven't we? Let's go ahead. Almost got it right there. Sweet stuff, sweet stuff. Okay, I am going to go ahead and grab a load of these sections then. A load of these sections from the roofing section. Now, I'll have to rearrange these quite a lot because I believe the roof is actually longer than the wall is. So, let's give it a duplicate. Go ahead and duplicate that up right there. And extend it. And then, of course, we've got to go ahead and flip it to a 90-degree angle so we can go ahead and use it as the wall. And then once we kind of got this in place, we just kind of slide them all about a bit so it looks like a different pattern, you know? It's like a dance routine. I call this the building the corrugated wall dance. Very popular in the 70s. Not the 1970s, though, not that one. You know, they say that the 80s is the best decade. Is it the best decade in every century? Who knows? Who knows? I certainly wasn't alive to go ahead and see. Alright, so let's go ahead and rotate it that way. And then rotate it that way. It can be hard to go ahead and rotate large groups of objects sometimes because the axes don't all align. The Creature Kit does its best to try to line them up properly, but often it does kind of get a bit confused. Let's go ahead and line this up with the seam and the wood. Just like that. There we go. So now we just got to go ahead and slide everything into place so we get a nice looking wall. And making sure that we don't, of course, poke through the floor. So the reason we go ahead and slide it up about and stuff like that is to make it look a bit different. Make it look like we haven't just copy and pasted everything over and over again. You know what I'm saying? Let's go ahead and slide that one down there. You see, obviously, building big buildings like this can take time. But once you've kind of done the bare minimum, you know, once you're going to design like one building, one apartment, then the other ones don't take anywhere near as long because you've kind of got a framework already in place, you know, to go ahead and make your duplicates out of. They're not exact duplicates, they're not exactly the same, but it's the same rough kind of layout, you know, so you're able to go ahead and make the other sections a bit quicker. Just go ahead and do the same here. Just like that. There we go. Or we go ahead and rotate this one up that way. Make it a big vertical bit right there. Go ahead and give it a little bit of character. You know, give it a name. Call it Cecil or something. I don't know. Alright, do we even need that piece right there? We do not. No, okay. We can go ahead and leave that bit right there. And we can intersect it to the ground a tiny bit. We do have a little bit. We've probably got like half a foot. Also a little room underneath without it clipping through. Okay. So that's that done. That's that done right there. We've got all the back pieces done. Does that look nice, people? I think that looks nice. Certainly does indeed. Okay, I just need to also go ahead and lower that bit. Just notice that right there. Okay, so there's all of our back walls and stuff done. In fact, our apartments are pretty much coming together quite nicely. How about we go ahead and see if we can add some rails to this now. We were debating what kind of rails to use. We really needed some good ones, but unfortunately we didn't find any. Okie dokie, so let's go ahead and find some rails. Alright, so as you guys know, we do have the donations open for these streams because these streams literally cannot happen without the donations. Otherwise, we've got to play ads and stuff like that. And I really do not want to do that. But unless someone sends in some donations, we might have to start playing some ads, people. I really don't want to do that. So if you've got some money to go ahead and send in as a donation, it's very much welcome. You get your name read out on the screen and stuff. Everyone sees you. We all chant your name and sing your songs. It's true. We sing your songs, especially me, Final Render. And it'd be great to go ahead and see these streams stay ad-free. You know what I'm saying? Because we don't want any of that. No sirree. So feel free to go ahead and send us some money. We have got the PayPal open. We have got the Patreon open. We have got the YouTube sponsorship program open. So you can go ahead and donate that way if you want to. Let's try one of these railing things right here. And it really does just go straight to me, and it really helps keep me doing these big builds, because we can't do these big builds on ad revenue alone. It's not enough. It's not enough. It takes too long to do these big builds. So, here's what it is. You know what I'm saying? Right. How about we go ahead and find some decent railings here. We've got wooden ones, but I really don't want to use the wooden ones, you know? Because the wooden ones, they really do cause a bit of a problem sometimes. Because it doesn't really match up. But with the metal ones, they tend to be smaller chunks, so you can kind of mix and match them together, you know? Make your own kind of thing. Alright, so fence with railing. See, stuff like that is cool. But does it really work? What did we do for the market? What did we do for the market? What rails did we use for that? We could just use the same rails, you know? Let's go ahead and take a look. We use these ones. Okay, so let's go ahead and grab a selection of these rails then. Grab a selection of them. So we've got a couple to choose from. Let's copy those. And click it on right there. And paste it in. Paste in those rails. Did it work? I don't know, because the Croatia Kid's been a bit slow today. I don't know, because the Croatia Kid's been a bit slow today. Okay, so the Happy Hamburger Gamer says, can you name a few residents after some of us on this stream, e.g. the Evan residents and stuff like that? Some people have suggested that for people who donate, they can go ahead and get, you know, people named after them. That's cool. Like, I believe Otto Ottoman has a cat named after him in this mod. We do have a bit of a few problems with the cat currently, being that you can't see the cat. But there is a cat named after Otto Ottoman. And, what else was there? I think it was Little Fallout wanted a person named after them. Cyan, I believe they wanted the character to be called. So, we're up to doing that, you know, for the donators. For people who donate can go ahead and get characters named after them. However, if you do donate, and you want a character named after yourself, you've got to make sure I remember. Because we might not add the NPCs for quite a while. So you've got to make sure I remember, you know? Alright, so we've got these rails here. I suppose it's good enough as any choice, really. Because we've already kind of said that we like these ones because not only are they kind of rusted and metal and caustic, but also these ones do look like ones you would find in the ruins of a city. You know? They look like kind of traffic cone kind of things. You know, like places where you could go ahead and get your construction crews in. So it actually kind of makes sense that you would find and use these for your build. You know what I'm saying? Gotta pop it right there. And maybe go ahead and grab another one. Why not? You know, go ahead and make these match up. Right, go ahead and pop that right there. Pop that right there. And everything should be good indeed. What are the people saying then? Oustitch says, I was in the middle of watching your last live stream and I saw this. Well, welcome to the new live stream. This is actually the live stream. You know, this is the one that's live. What have we got? Lower Ultras says, at late to the Fallout, we'll sort out the kitty before this is done. Yes, we will sort out the kitty before it's done. As I said, you know, it might be the case that we just got to remake the kitty. It didn't take long to do. So we might just have to go ahead and remake it. We might have not clicked a certain menu option or something. I don't know. But we will go ahead and re-add the cat. Good old Otto. Otto the cat. Just a stray cat walking around, you know. Doesn't really live anywhere. Doesn't really do anything. He just... little stray alley cat. What can I say? Oh, we got a notification there. What have we got? Just Fuller has donated $2 through the super chat. Says, late to the Fallout, killing the board. Nice. Fuller, 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 Fuller. Everyone go ahead and chat Just Fuller in the chat for going ahead and donating $2 via the super chat. Going ahead and being the first donator of this stream. Just Fuller is always there to rescue the day. So thanks very much for going ahead and doing that. That is awesome. Fuller, Fuller, Fuller. That's awesome stuff. Kelson Cubley says, me is bored. Why are you bored, eh? What's wrong? What can we do to cheer you up? What can we do to cheer up Kelsey Cubley? I mean, you should be enjoying the stream, right? Why are you feeling a bit bored, you know? Is it a bit too slow? Is the music not loud enough? Should I answer some of your questions? Anything like that. Because I always want people having fun here. I never want people being bored. I never want people being bored, you know? You guys have taken the time to go ahead and try to enjoy yourself by watching me. You know, I don't know why me in particular, but thank you very much. So, how about we go ahead and make sure that everyone is having fun? How about that? How about that? Alright, so what are these called? Just so I can go ahead and grab them. Quarry Catwalk section. Okay, let's go ahead and grab those in the object window so we can go ahead and add some more variants and stuff. We need like some of the smaller ones. Like that, maybe. What about number 6? Number 6 is a nice one. Because one of the other reasons why we really liked this section is that it had different lengths of railing as well, which was really helpful for when we were building the market section. And then we were able to go ahead and make it all match up quite neatly. You know, so now we've got the perfect amount of length. Oh, yep. So we can go ahead and make everything kind of work. Okie dokie, okie dokie. Kelsey Cubley says, I'm watching you. That's why I'm bored. Ha! Got him! Well, if you really are bored and nothing I do makes you happy, then I'm sorry about that. But, you know, maybe try talking to someone here, you know? You might have some fun. Maybe get a bit more involved in the chat and stuff like that and have some fun. We've got 40 people watching right now. Surely someone here can go ahead and cheer you up. If not me, maybe someone else. Maybe we'll make a new friend. Maybe you'll make this new friend and you'll start playing Overwatch together. Maybe you'll then go ahead and become esports champions and win lots of money. And you'll say, you know what, that final render, that stream wasn't that boring after all, was it? No. And then you all kind of hug and walk into the sunset. I don't know. Point is, we've got to make sure everyone is having fun. You know what I'm saying? Everyone needs to be having fun. Can't have fun, what's the point? Okie dokie. Almost got it there. Oh, gone ahead and actually lowered it down there. We don't want to lower it, of course. We just want to go ahead and bring it across. It's being very slow right now. There we go. It's not being very responsive. As I said, I always reset the computer before doing these streams to make sure all the RAM is emptied and stuff like that, but it is being a bit slow. Oh well, is what it is. Is what it is. Okay, what else is there? Kelsey Cubley says, joke, how are you? You see? You see? Now you're having fun. Now you're having fun. Everyone going ahead and enjoying themselves in this stream. That's what we want to see. That's what we want to see. Everyone going ahead and enjoying themselves. Okay, X-Sniper-Fox28 says, who has PlayStation 4? I do. I've got one. I don't really play games on it, but I've got one. Does that answer your question? Indeed it should. Indeed it should. Like, the PlayStation 4, it's perfect. We found some stairs. We needed some stairs. Where have those stairs gone in the menu? Stairs with rail. That's just the rail itself. Stairs. Can we use these stairs? Are these stairs for correct length for what we want to do? All the other sets of stairs were too short, basically, or too long. So let's go ahead and try to make these stairs work here. Go ahead and rotate them. It might be a tiny bit too long. I don't know. It might be just right, actually, now I'm looking at it. Let's try this out. We wanted to have the stairs on this side. That's why this side is slightly shorter than this side. Because we wanted to go ahead and have the stairs on this part. Because space is limited, you know. We need to kind of consider how we're going to use all of our space quite efficiently. But still have enough space for it to be considered like a luxury area, in a way. Okay. So, they are a little bit too long. But here's the thing. These stairs are also considerably wider than normal stairs. So we can actually get away with shrinking these ones down. Because that was the problem with the other ones. With the other ones, the stairs were very narrow and too long. So we couldn't actually shrink them down. Because it would make them then even more narrow. But since this one is quite wide, we can go ahead and get everything working a bit neater, doesn't it? Let's go ahead and lower that down. Yeah, I think that's totally fine. I think that's totally fine. We finally found the stairs we need. These are the stairs you're looking for. Right, almost got that there. Pop it across to that section there. We need a little bit of space to add like some kind of flooring or something, don't we? Like some kind of scaffolding. Oh, and of course we need the railing for it, don't we? And we need to go ahead and shrink this down to the same size. And the best way to go ahead and make sure that you shrink everything down to the same size is either 1, do them all at the same time, or 2, look at something you have shrunk down to the correct size, such as these stairs, and then you can copy and paste in the scale into the new one. That way you know it's definitely the correct size to what you want to match it to. Assuming it's all part of a kit anyway, which this is. Alright, so we got that there. Assuming this rail is meant to go with these stairs, which it looks like it is, then this will be exactly what the doctor ordered. Not the Dr. Pepper, but just, you know, the doctor. Know what I'm saying? Know what I'm saying? Right, what are people saying in the chat then? What are people saying in the chat? Let's go ahead and see what is up. Everyone's just going ahead and talking about PlayStation 4 for some reason. Psycho says, what about Twitter? That's a good point, actually. We need to go ahead and check Twitter. We haven't checked Twitter in a while. Okay. So, let's go ahead and see what we've got on the Twitter then. Obviously, if you want to go ahead and get your selfies and your welcome messages and stuff, onto the stream, then you can go ahead and do it via Twitter. We accept images only, I'm afraid, because we can't go ahead and check videos to see if they're free of royalty-free stuff. But let's go ahead and see what's up. Joe Potter says, while retweeting the live stream, watch it, dream about it, possibly cry over the cringes. Just watch this lovely stream. Render, get ready for me to edit your face. Oh god, not the editing of the face. Not the editing of the face. Well, I guess I'm ready for it. And one thing quickly, before everything goes away, Happy Hamburger Gamer says, Render, wish me luck tomorrow for I have a swimming competition. Good luck, buddy. Alfie Ludwig says, my friends make fun of me for liking you, but I say no and watch you all day long. By the way, it's Psycho. Your friends make fun of you for liking me? They don't sound like very good friends. No, I'm kidding, I'm kidding. I hope they don't say that. That's actually quite upsetting, if that is the case. And what have we got here? FireZ Crab says, join us as we all eat. Render, do you mean we're building more houses? Me? Oh, I thought we were eating chocolate. Anyway, come and join in the community as Render builds in Diamond City in the creation kit. That's a very unusual thing to say. That's a very unusual thing to say, but thank you very much for going ahead and doing that, Potter. And we've got Joe Potter here again, says, when your phone has been a massive poop so you can't do edits of final render. Oh no, what a shame. We can't get the Instagram edits of my face again. Oh no, heaven forbid. Thanks very much for sending that in. And, oh, but it looks like someone's taking your place. We have got Super Cool Bros, says, got MLG-ified by me. How does it look? It looks goddamn beautiful is what it looks like. Look at that. Look at that. I look like someone who could drop more tactical nukes than FaZe. Thanks so much for doing that, buddy. That's kind of cool. Yeah. Well, except for the drug references and stuff. Final Render does not condone the use of smoking marijuana. Okay. I need to go ahead and find another section right there, don't I? Alright, so what are people saying? That's what people are saying then. Okay, Psycho says Dave just unplugged something. Did he? Dave! You unplugged something? You better not have. I'm watching you, Dave. What, is something wrong with the stream? I hope everything's okay. Yeah, by the sound of it, it made it look like... It made it sound like that there was something wrong. But no, everything seems to be okay. Everything seems okay. Evan Jones says, goodbye, Final. Everyone say goodbye to Evan Jones, everyone. Everyone say goodbye to Evan Jones. Hope to see you again soon. Hope to see you again soon. Larry Doll says, kill Dave in his sleep. No. We can't do that. We can't do that. Dave's an important part of the stream, you know? Dave's important. We like Dave. Dave gives us motivation to do better every day. Don't you, Dave? He's eating yogurt right now. He's not very talkative. You know, when I first rescued Dave from Santa's workshop back in 2003, he was a bit of a wreck, but, you know, he's doing much better now. He's doing much better now. Anyways. Okay, so what are some people saying? Delta Z Rogue says, notice me, Senpai. Hello there. How are you, Delta? Nice to see you, Delta. Have you considered yourself noticed? I certainly hope so. I certainly hope so. Alright, so we've got those rail sections there. Okay, sweet. That's good. That's good. That's good. I do like the railing sections. I think it kind of works. It's not too different from the rest of it, so I think it kind of works out nice. Going to grab this section right here. And we have also got... That's a straight piece, isn't it? And we've got a bent piece there. Let's see if we've got some other sections we can use then. We've got those short ones. And we've got like these kind of weird half ones, which don't have a gap. Presumably they would have like an actual end part as well you can go ahead and use. There we go. What about something like that? Just a perfectly straight one. That might be alright. Sweet. Okay. So what else are people saying then? What else are people saying in the chat? What else are people saying? Fallout Fire Z says, Dave stole my yogurt. I had 3 here. Dave! You stealing people's yogurts again? He says it wasn't him, but he feels very guilty. He's giving me that guilty look, so it probably was. I'll see if I can get you some new yogurts later, buddy. How about that? Go ahead and put that down there. Okay. So, Render Hamburger Gamer says, Render, wish me luck. I have a swimming competition tomorrow again. I glitched out. If you glitched out, how do you know that I already wished you good luck? Well, good luck, buddy. I hope you do well. As I said, don't drown. We definitely don't want that. that right there, and then grab one more little half section and drag it across, And this section is a little bit longer, isn't it? So we need to go ahead and pop that right there. So the rail section is looking pretty good. And normally I would wait until I've got all the railings done for this. But I do actually want to close the creature kit and open it up again. I'm going to go ahead and jump in game so we can look at it. And we do this every hour, of course. We do this every hour. But I want to do it now because the creature kit is being very slow. So I think closing it and opening it again might actually be a good thing for it as well. So let's go ahead and try that. Okay, Delta Z Rogue says, can we do a Q&A at some time? Dude, you know, just ask me a question now. Ask me a question now. I see it, I'll answer it. You know what I'm saying? I see it, I'll answer it. Okay, so seeing as we are about 1 hour in, people. We're about 1 hour in. How about we go ahead and get a share spike up in the stream? Let's go ahead and get a lovely share spike up to here so we can go ahead and get more people watching. That would be fantastic, wouldn't it? Alright, I'm also going to go ahead and open up the Nexus Mod Manager. Oh yeah, I got my Anaconda in Elite Dangerous. Look at that ship! Look at that beauty ship! It costs 135 million credits, that ship. And the rebuy is like 9 million credits. It's insane. It's absolutely insane. Okay, okay. So let's go ahead and jump in then. Jump in indeed. Will it open up on this monitor? Nope, I guess not. Oh yes, it did. It did. Fantastic, fantastic, fantastic. Okay, so what is the people saying? Delta Z Rogue says, do you accept 2 pence as a donation? Me poor, lol. Well, really, that's not my decision. That's like PayPal's and YouTube's decision. But honestly, if you can't donate, then you obviously can't donate. Don't worry about it too much. But obviously, we do need donations to keep these streams going, people. We do need donations to keep them going because they're entirely ad-free. And we've only had 1 donation so far, and that is by regular donator Just Fuller. So how about we go ahead and see if we can get some new names up on the board right there. You know, we've got 2 names right there. Late to the Fallout was obviously the winner of our donation war last stream. And she won with a $20 worth of donations in total, I believe. And of course, Just Fuller has donated today. So how about we go ahead and get a new donator in? How about that? That would be fantastic. Okay, so Rogue Agent 98 says, Render, sorry I've missed the last couple of streams. I have been working out recently. By the way, do you watch Young Offenders? Is that it? Let me just clarify. Is that a TV show? Or are you just asking, do I watch Young Offenders? You know, looking out the window with binoculars going, oh look, there's one now. See? See? He looks like Kermit, he does. I don't know. If it's a TV show or something, then no. I don't really watch TV. I only watch YouTube, basically. I don't even watch Netflix. I don't even watch Netflix, you know? I just go ahead and watch YouTube all the time. It's what it is. I don't know why. Maybe it's because it's quicker content, or maybe it's because, I don't know. Maybe it's just because it's directly in line with what I do, you know? So, that's it, you know? It is what it is. Okay, okay. So, loading, 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 loading. Okay, what else have we got there? The Happy Hamburger Gamer says, Dave stole my settlement. He is secretly a raider. Dave! Are you secretly a raider? Hamburger Gaming said. Says you took his settlement and killed Preston Garvey at the same time. Well, obviously I don't care about Preston Garvey, but I'm curious about the raider part. He's not answering that. He's not answering that. So hopefully Dave will actually come to way with his, you know, actual ways. Okay, Lone Ranger says, wait, what if we donate to someone and then they can donate to Render? Hey, if you want to, but cut out the middleman and just go ahead and donate straight to me, you know what I mean? What else the people are saying in the chat? Let's go ahead and render. Go ahead and see this. Okay, Laura Elster says, test the game, test for stairs while in the game. Definitely. Okay, so also got to go and turn off the EMB. You know, I've had the EMB on quite a lot of the times when we've been looking at this place, and I really shouldn't do that because it's a little too dark, unfortunately. My EMB is a little too extreme. Okay, so this is what we got so far. Oh, by the way, if it looks a little laggy for you guys, if it looks a little laggy, that may be because we're actually streaming at 30 frames a second, whereas the game is running at 60. You know, I can just like diddle around in circles, diddly 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 diddly, stuff like that, and it's fine. You know? Okay, so the rails look good. The rails look good. We got like one right there, for example, which is levitating slightly, so I'll have to go ahead and lower that. Same for that. You know, we're gonna go lower them mostly. Okay, let's test for stairs. We didn't even put the rail on the stairs. We lowered it in place, but we didn't even line it up. Okay, is what it is. Yes, stairs work. Stairs work. Fantastic. Fantastic stuff. Okay, so the stairs work. That's good news. And yeah, we'll have to line up that rail right there with these stairs. And we've also got to make some kind of landing. I believe I did see a landing section. So that would be fantastic. Alistair Potter says, doesn't actually look laggy. Okay, that's good. That's very good. That's very good. Okay, Ray says, there is a looks menu update for the new version of Fallout 4.exe, just so you know. Yeah, I always get notifications to go ahead and update that, but I just always forget. Tell you the truth, you don't really need it unless you're making a new character, you know? So if you're going to make a new character, update it then, you know? Besides that, it should be fine. Okay, so the back sections, they all look pretty good, actually, yeah. And we'll go ahead and, as we said, you know, we'll go ahead and add, like, air vents and stuff like that, and little lamps, maybe some posters, stuff like that. We've got a tiny little bit of a gap there we've got to go ahead and fix. We've got to go ahead and adjust this green panel slightly. And this back section, yeah, looks good. And we'll probably go ahead and find something to do with this section right here. You know, maybe we'll put some flowers, or maybe just go completely different and have, like, I don't know, just trash. You know, just mountains of trash or something. I don't know. Something a bit different to go behind there. And then that'll be good. Okay, so we know that works. Do the rails actually work, though? Do they stop us? Yes, the rails do appear to stop us. So we can't actually run off. Fantastic stuff, fantastic stuff. Okay, I like that, I like that. Okay, so now that's done, we can go ahead and exit out. And we can go ahead and try to go ahead and fix all those areas that we just found. Okay, let's load up the creator kit. Man, I love that freaking spaceship. I love that freaking spaceship. Absolutely love it. Took me so long to grind for that spaceship, and now I've got it. Man, freaking look at that spaceship. Oh, spaceship all gone. Spaceship all gone. But anyways, is what it is what it is. Okay. Now let's go ahead and look this up. Laura Elsher says, so the riches are slobs. It's not that they're slobs. It's that they just kind of push it to the side. You know, they push it to the side. They don't want it seen in front of the house. They would just push it behind the house, you know? That's kind of what I thought in my head when I said it anyway. Right, so, Diamond City. Here we go. Boom. Okay, okay. Right, so now that's going through. Let's go ahead and see. Let's go ahead and see. Zeto Ryu says, why the romantic music? It could be romantic if you wanted it to be, but really romance is a desire, you know? So if you have desirable music, maybe it makes your stream more desirable. Who knows? Who knows? It's what it is. Alright. Lone Ranger says, this is a bucket. Is it? How unusual. How unusual. Okay, so Smoothskin says, got to play Elite Dangerous someday. Definitely, man. Definitely got to go ahead and do that. I managed to rank up myself in the Empire a little bit today, which is pretty good. As I said, I've also gone ahead and got myself the Anaconda now. And the plan is to eventually grind out the Anaconda. I hope. Put that onto a t-shirt. Until eventually I can get the Guardian weapons and do some streams on Thargoid hunting. I think that'll be absolutely fantastic. Okay, so what's that? Oh, Funhouse have gone ahead and uploaded a new video. Cool, cool, cool. Okay, so Alistair Potter says, I had an idea. You should put a few bits of rubbish on the edge of the levels and then have piles on top of the houses, like on Diamond City. Oh, you mean like the rubbish is kind of falling off the edge? That's not a bad idea, actually. That would definitely kind of suit the aesthetic we're going for. Yeah, the idea that the rich really don't care. The rich really don't care. Okay. So we've gone ahead and done that. Now, while this is loading, because obviously loading the creature kit takes forever. It really takes forever. Let's go ahead and check the Twitter again. Remember, you can send in your selfies of you enjoying the live stream onto Twitter. So let's go ahead and do this here. Let's go ahead and take a look. Jared has followed. That's pretty nice. Thanks very much, Jared. You are welcome. All right, so now that that's doing, we can go ahead and load up the cell, of course. Load up the cell. Right. Check the Twitter again. And what have we got here? Harry Corn says, at final render, can we eat the kitty? No! No eating the kitty. Otto is not to be eaten. Otto is to be looked at and admired only. Maybe spoken to occasionally. Or even carried. Oh god, that's a hideous face. God, look at that. What is it about pausing video and just always getting the most horrible expression possible? And what have we got? FireZ Crafter says, Dave was here. Dave! Were you hanging out with FireZ Crafter again? Yeah, you know, the one who's always sending in the edited photos and stuff. Like, he's got a photo right there saying Dave was there. Looks like your handwriting. just called me a very bad word. But of course, he said it in his own language. Okay, so Smooth Skin has got a photo here. Building with no mods, Ghoul City at final render. Looks pretty cool. You got like the cool little apartments there made out of the that's for stuff from contraptions, I want to say, isn't it? And we have also got cool little greenhouse area and stuff. Yeah, that's cool. At the slog, presumably. I remember I did a video where I turned the slog into like a beautiful spa. It was really nice, actually, that one. And Chrissy Reed says, sorry, render, I had to. Lol. Firstly, let's just say this. You guys always say, oh, I'm sorry, I had to do this. You don't. You don't have to do this. You don't have to. But thank you very much. Look at this. I'm like an MLG king right here. So, woo. Swag king right there. With some sort of kanji written on my neck. Who knows what that says? Probably just says like picnic table or something. I don't know. And we've also got a new one right here. Who says, my name is Siko. According to Alfie Lovick. Hello, Siko. Nice to see you. So again, you know, if you want to go ahead and send in your selfies if you're enjoying the live stream, go ahead and send them into the Twitter to final_render. That is at final_render. And as long as they are sensible, we can go ahead and put them up on the live stream, can't we? So that's fantastic. Alright, so let's go ahead and select the layer again. Right, that's done. Now, let's go ahead and head back up to our city. Crash Gate appears to be a bit smoother now, which is nice. Okay, closing it did actually fix it. I hope. Anyways, maybe it's just this section where it's a bit laggy. Because it's pretty smooth going in. I hope. But, go ahead and grab this rail and line it up with the back. So go ahead and put it like right there. Presumably, that top part needs to line up with that to make it work. Yeah, there we go. That's quite nice. And now it was Quarry Catwalk, I believe. I believe it was called Quarry Catwalk. Yeah, let's go ahead and copy and paste this name here. Because I definitely saw a section which said like stair landing, which will be what we want in order to go ahead and make the section on the roof. It was towards the bottom, wasn't it? Stairs with supports. Oh, they're cool. Murder. That's a good point. There's no supports. They've got stairs with supports. Do they just have supports on their own? That's what I want to know. By the look of it, no. What about that? Ah, there we go. They do have some supports of their own. Let's go ahead and see if we can use these supports right here. So we can go ahead and make it look a bit more believable. Where are they? Oh! They're underneath the floor. You can just see them right there. My golly, my gosh. Let's go ahead and bring them up. There we go. We got those right there. And we'll leave them there for now. We'll get the actual landing so we know how high we need it to be. Stair landing 01. What about stair landing with the rail? That was just the rail. Landing 2. Landing 2 is a bit longer. So let's go with landing 1. Go ahead and pop that up right there. So this is a section which people actually walk onto. So what did we go ahead and shrink it down to? We reduced its size. And we need to do it for the same here. Let's go ahead and reduce this down to 0.84. Boom, there we go. Now it all kind of matches to scale. And we can go ahead and line it up with these stairs. Almost got it. So how do these go together then? Do they just kind of intersect like that? Because there is like a little bit of a lip to connect it to the wall, isn't there? So that's probably the way to do it, really. I suppose really now we got that. Do we need the support? I don't know if we need the support now, looking at it. Because it doesn't actually look that structurally dangerous, you know? Maybe later on we'll change our mind or something. Maybe later on we'll change our mind. But for now, I think it's okay. I think it's okay as it is. I think it's okay. And we also need to go ahead and get like some little rails for that, don't we? We need to go ahead and get some little ones. What about rail posts? Ooh, no, that's not what I want. Clicked on the same one twice. Go ahead and grab some of the little rails that we've used before. You know, some of the broken ones. Or just some of the full-length ones. Why not? Do they fit? That one doesn't even have an end post, does it? We need an end post on it. If we don't have an end post on it, it's no good. Okay, so we got that there. We might just have to shrink these regular rails down. I think that's the only way to do it, really. Let's try it. Let's try it. It's not the end of the world if they're a little bit shrunken down so that they match. I'd rather they matched in size, you know? Especially considering it's just a little thing that most people probably wouldn't even pay much attention to. But it might be quite alarming if they're not there, you know? Better to have them and have them look a little bit off than to not have them at all and have it definitely be off, you know? There we go, got that right there. Because if it looks a little bit off, it's not the end of the world. It could just look like shoddy construction. But having them missing, then, you know, there's clearly something wrong there. Alright, so that's that done there. Right, we've got the railings working. That's fantastic. We also had to go ahead and adjust this green part here, didn't we? Had to go ahead and adjust this green part. To do that. And this one needed to go up a bit, didn't it? Or scale up a bit, even. There we go, got that there. Yep, that's good, that's good. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. Where am I now? It really doesn't like this one little section we're working on. It keeps teleporting me to other places. Really don't know why that is. Really don't know why that is. Alright. Ah, there we go, there we go. Okay, so let's go ahead and see what people are saying in the chat. Monsieur Flamingo says Stardew Valley is a really good game. I've actually been curious about Stardew Valley. I haven't played it yet, but I've been curious because at first I was like, nah, it doesn't really look like my thing. But then again, you know, I've been surprised by games like that before, you know. In the last few years, I actually have been trying a lot of games which normally I wouldn't play. And for the most part, they've been good. You know, for the most part, I've been happy with the choices to play it. So maybe I'll give Stardew Valley a go. The only thing is, it's actually quite expensive for what it is. It doesn't look like I would enjoy it that much. But I might be wrong. I don't know. You guys gotta let me know. Alright, so we've got the railings done. How about we try to get some of the kind of design, some of the look of the place done now, you know? Because we spent a long time decorating, didn't we? For the market. Then we got that done, so we decided to do some building instead. Now we've done some build. How about we get some of the decorations in? How about we get some of the crims crams in here? You know what I'm saying? Get some of them in there. Okay, okay. Let's go ahead and see. Okay, so once again, guys, we've only had one donation so far for $2. And we really can't sustain that. So unless we start getting some donations, I am going to have to put ads on. Basically. So if you've basically got some kind of money, then we can go ahead and keep the donations away. But if not, we're going to have to put the we're going to have to put the ads on. And I really don't want to do that. But I obviously need to make a living doing this as well. So just putting that out there for people. Okay, so what did we say? We said like picnic tables and stuff like that, didn't we? And posters and lamps and stuff. Well, the lamps we'll leave until we're actually deciding what we want to go ahead and light the place like. Let's go ahead and see if we can get like some picnic tables. Or no, just benches even. Just basic benches. Not picnic tables. So what have we got there? EDC bench. These are benches I like. But those are the broken ones, aren't they? We don't want the broken ones. Oh, those are big and long ones. We don't really want them that long. And there are shorter variants. How long are these short ones, though? They might still be too big. Yeah, they're a little too long. I just want something to kind of fit in between there, you know? Kind of fit in between the doors, almost. Alright, let's go ahead and also check the Twitter while we are here as well. Let's go ahead and have a very quick check of the Twitter and see what is up. Okay, okay, so any new images and stuff? Oh dear, oh gosh, okay. We have one which is very, very scary indeed. We'll talk about that in a moment. We'll talk about that in a moment. Okay, so we've got Alfie Lovick say, or Psycho. You can say it better on Psycho. Oh, you said Psycho. Oh, okay, that's cool, that's cool. Monsieur Flamingo says, hi, love the stream. Nice to see you again, Monsieur Flamingo. That is absolutely awesome. Super Cool Bro says, how about this? It's Dr. Render. It kind of looks like the characters from The Annoying Orange. That's, thanks for sending in your image, buddy. Oh, what else have we got? Alfie Lovick has randomly sent an image of Fallout 4 there. Okay, thanks, buddy. And we've got some new ones right here. We've got one image right here. Okay, let's go ahead and see this. From Harry Coombe, or Harry Corn, sorry. Says, I think we should eat the kitty. Put it on the barbecue and put ketchup all over it. Shove it in. No, no, we're not. turning the kitty into a sandwich. We're not doing that. Okay, and it says, detention slip, person, Dave, reason, stealing yogurt and calling final render. Signed from someone. And calling final render profanity whilst in a Christian Minecraft server. Was he in a Christian Minecraft server? Duration of detention, 24 hours in Guantanamo Bay. P.S. Make sure to donate to final render and Dave will get off for detention. Yeah, see, that's a good idea. Donate to save Dave. Donate to save Dave from Guantanamo Bay. That's what we need to see. Dave, do you hear that? Yeah, they don't want you to go to Guantanamo. Well, I know you only just escaped, but they're going to put you back eventually, aren't they? Yeah, okay. He would be very happy if you did that. He would be very, very happy if you did that, in fact. Okay. So what about these ones here? We got these metal ones. I don't want to use the clean ones, though. Let's see what the dirty ones look like. Kind of dirty ones. I like the dirty ones. Yeah, I like the dirty fences. Not fences, seats even. The dirty seats. Dirty seats sounds like something you would shout if somebody had an accident. You go, ah, dirty seats, Gromit. Holy dirty seats, Batman. Let's go ahead and put these here then. Here's some little benches, just like that. Bring this one a little bit forward. Maybe? No, actually, inline works. Inline works. So we've got those there. So yeah, just a little place to sit down, you know, while you're waiting for, say, someone to answer the door and stuff like that. I have noticed that with, like, hotels and apartments and stuff, that you do actually get seats outside them for some reason, just literally outside the doors. It's very unusual. Makes you think, what are they waiting for? I don't know. I don't know. It is what it is. They're properly lined up. Yes, it is properly lined up. Okay. If it'll let me scroll up again. If it'll let me scroll up again. Here we go. Here we go. Yeah, I might actually have to start learning how to do the optimization and stuff like that if it carries on going at this speed, you know? How about we go ahead and see if we can get... yeah, let's go ahead and get some billboards. Billboards. See what we got. We've got big ones like that, but they're completely blank. Or are they completely blank, or can we do a material swap, I wonder? Oh dear. They're actually a little... That's a little too big, unfortunately. Yeah, I thought it would be much smaller than that. Let's go ahead and not use that giant one for now. What about the billboard 3? Are they all the same size, I wonder? Ah, see, ones like this. Ones like this is what I'm after. Go ahead and just kind of get like some billboards and stuff like that. And then we are going to shrink them down. Shrink them down a little bit, just like that. And the idea is to kind of put them in between some of the railings and stuff, to make it look like they kind of got adverts and stuff. There we go. Bring it out to there. Bring it up and shrink it down a bit as well. Now zoom in a tad, just like this. And the idea is that these kind of billboards will be almost attached to the railings, you know? Just like that. Yeah, not only does it kind of add some colour, but also it kind of sets this kind of pace that I'm after, you know, the kind of routine of they just have adverts everywhere, you know, they can afford to buy stuff, so they're just kind of okay with the consumer culture, so to speak. Alright, so we got that there. Yeah, that works, that works. I'll tell you what doesn't work though, the friend glitching out all the time, god darn it. Gosh darn it. Come on. Give me a little bit of a move. Ugh, why is the creature kit being so slow? If it keeps doing this, we might actually have to cut this one off early. I don't know. Until I found a way to optimize it. Because it's just this one section where it's being glitchy, isn't it? Just this one section where the apartments are. What are some people saying in the chat then? What are some people saying in the chat? Okay, Smoothskin says, Gary will take over the world. All my supply lines are robot cult Gary01 and have to... What is going on? What is going on? And Humongous... That's good, that is. Says he is using the creation kit, right? Yes, this is the creation kit to go ahead and build our lovely, fantastic Diamond City right here. And it's coming along really well. Coming along really well, in fact. Alright, let's try... Actually, do these have material swaps? We could just use the same model if they have material swaps to different posters. your own time. There we go. Extras. Yes, they do have different material swaps. Okay, fantastic. So we can just use the same model, the same kind of billboard. Just drag them across to like that. And let's see, what kind of advert do we want? Let's get an advert for... We've already got one for Nuka-Cola. Let's get a Red Rocket advert right there. Got a Red Rocket one right there. And that's a nice thing about the material swaps. You know, the guys at Bethesda kind of had the common sense to know that our level designers are going to be working really hard. They don't want to have an individual model for every kind of billboard. Let's just make one billboard model and make it so that you can embed multiple textures in the same model. You know? Makes perfect sense. Really good idea to go ahead and do it that way. Saves time and effort all around. You know what I'm saying? Alright, so now we've got this one here. What are we going to do with some of the other ones, I wonder? Like, do we want to only put them on the rails, or can we do some other things with them as well? I like the idea of putting it there, actually. Kind of give it a little bit of symmetry in a way. So let's change this one. What advert can we have for this one? Already got a Red Rocket one. Already got another one. What about... I don't really want to have Ambrox Cleaner. That's a bit boring. Let's get one for the Super Duper Galaxy News. There we go. That's a cool design, that poster as well. So I quite like using that one for stuff. It kind of looks cool. Reminds me of what's it called? The radio station from Thingamabobber from Fallout 3. This is 3 Dog. There we go. Go and put that there. That's another thing that Fallout 4 really greatly lacked in comparison to number 3 was a great radio station. I know you've got the radio stations, and it was kind of funny listening to the guy, you know, be a bit of a wimp and then suddenly turning cool when you do the quest to kind of make him cool. But it was just kind of the same songs as Fallout 3, you know? It's like, would have been nicer to have more new songs in Fallout 4. Maybe that's just me, I don't know. But I felt as if we had the same songs again and again for Fallout 3 and Fallout 4. Okay, so what about a Boston Bugle there? There we go. Yeah, that's looking good. That's looking good. I feel as if we can get away with having another one here. Maybe not, actually, because it is a bit short of this section, isn't it? We'll do it anyway. We'll do it anyway. We'll have one there, and we'll have one more. So these billboards are attached to the rails. And they look pretty darn good. Yeah, I think they look pretty darn good. Right, let's go ahead and change this one and see what is up. Alright, so everyone's having nice fun conversations and stuff like that, which is awesome. Everyone's just kind of talking about some guy called Gary and reporting Dave. Dave! They said they reported you. I don't know what you did this time. Probably something naughty. He says sorry. Is what it is. Is what it is. And Nuka-Cola ghosted. What does that mean? Oh, it just means like an old one, doesn't it? Like an old Nuka-Cola sign right there. So we got that there. And now, what I would like... There is a kind of Halloween billboard, corkboard kind of thing. Let's go ahead and do this. I can never spell Halloween, by the way. I can never spell Halloween. Is it 2 L's? Yes, it is. Okay, so clutter bulletin board, Halloween. So this is actually a pack-in right now, so we can just go ahead and drop it in willy-nilly. Which makes things much easier. You know, the pack-ins are basically... Well, they're not groups, because groups is already a thing in the creation kit. But it's just kind of a selection of objects all assembled together and saved as one thing in the list. So you can go ahead and drag and drop large selections of objects and stuff like that. Very good for just building random clutter. You know, you'll find desks which have like 10 different objects on them with like lamps and bits of trash and typewriters, stuff like that. So you can very quickly and easily build a scene. Sure, it means you'll see some of the same things again and again, but hey, can't fault them for trying. So we got that right there. We've got a cool little billboard right there. Not even a billboard, is it? It's just kind of like a notice board. Little notice board right there. Okay, so let's go ahead and check the Twitter again. Let's go ahead and check the Twitter again so we can see what is up. Boom! Let's go ahead and see what we got right here. We got Alfie Lovic again says, join this handsome chip buddy man, play Fallout 4 in Diamond City. Well, that's a new one. Handsome chip butty man. Is that racist? I think so. So always got like a chip boy, mate, ain't he? Alright, so what else have we got? Harry Corn says, dirty seats. You like the dirty ones. Lol. Thank you. That's the dirty seats. Best seats, dirty grommet. What else have we got then? We have also got some people going ahead and liking the replies and stuff. And send the nukes. That's a very unusual one. That's a very unusual one. With Kim Jong-un II or whatever his name is. I didn't even care to know his name, frankly. I didn't even care to know his name. Okay, so let's see. Do we want like some flowers or something down at the bottom, maybe? Do we want flowers, people? I'm going to ask right now. I'm going to try to find a trash can or something. But do we want flowers up here, people? I mean, we've already got some flowers in the park, or do we want this place to be a bit messier? I'm going to wait for your response before I actually go ahead and ask you guys. I could also just go ahead and kind of put random bits of wood and debris and stuff everywhere, can't I? Alright, so trash can. We've got one here. There we go. In fact, that's a pre-war trash can. Well, it's not actually pre-war. It's called pre-war, but it's a dirty texture, isn't it? So let's go ahead and grab this dirty textured trash can. And then we can go ahead and have it just to the side, you know, just like that. And maybe like, it's like a milk vending machine, isn't it? For some reason, they've got milk vending machines. I've never seen a milk vending machine in my life, but, you know, I guess in this universe, they have milk vending machines. Or is that like an American thing? Are there like milk vending machines in the States? Because we certainly don't have that here in the UK. Go ahead and pop that right there. There we go. So we've got a trash can and a milk vending machine. I'm going to swap them around, actually. I'm going to have the trash can just on the left. And then we're going to have the milk vending machine on the right. Looks a bit neater that way, I think. Yeah, you know, have the bigger thing leaning against there. Because otherwise this person out the door just has like a flat wall right next to her as she exits the room, you know? Alright, so let's go ahead and see what people are saying. Let's go ahead and see what people are saying. Chrissy Reed says, yes, flowers are needed. And Alistair Potter says, render they have milk in bags. Milk in bags? Milk bag sounds like something you would shout at a cow, you know, who was blocking the road. They were like, oi, get out of here, milk bags. Dave, weren't you called milk bags as a kid? Milk bags, I said. I think I just upset him by bringing that up. And Laser 4 says, no milk vending machines as far as I've seen in the US. Yeah, that's very, very unusual. But hey, it's what it is. I guess in the Fallout universe, they like their milk. Got milk? Okay, so we have one vote for flowers. So let's go ahead and get some flowers then. Let's go ahead and do it. Okay, so let's go ahead and see if we can get some of the, not so much the potted plants, but like some of the, what were they called again? We found the little planter area, didn't we? Could just type in planter. I got a feeling that's just going to give us the planters that you can use in the workshop mode. But let's see what we've got. Yeah, there's those ones. But there's one which actually has a wall section, isn't there? That's almost what I'm looking for. Almost. Not quite there. There was one which we used. That's it. That's the one I'm after. This is the planter you're looking for. Hello. Is it planters you're looking for? Right, so we got that there. Give it a bit of a rotate and give it a shrink down. Because it's a wee bit too big. It's a wee bit too big, like me, isn't it? How are you going to get through the door with all those planters in there, buddy? No way. Your planters are blocking your feet. You're going to trip over your own flowers, mate. There we go. That was me being generic. Pop that right there. So I always like putting the flowers and stuff like that in here. Because I think it really fits the kind of ideas we're going for with this place. The idea that this place is so rich, they can afford to just have plants, you know? Who else can afford to just have like plants for decoration? You know, you've got to water plants. You've got to pour purified water on them. Who else can do that in Fallout 4? Oh, yep. We've got a big old moth flying around. If that moth hits me in the face, I swear I'm going to be very, very angry. Okay, so just as a heads up, people, we have got half an hour left of the stream, half an hour left of the stream. So how about we go ahead and see if we can go ahead and get ourselves another share spike. Let's go ahead and get that share spike going so that we can go ahead and get some more people in for the last half an hour, 20 minutes or so. And of course, something else I haven't done so far, of course, we need to go ahead and have the Patreon people running across. Remember, we are like, I think it's like $16, $17 short on the Patreon to have that being $100. So if someone wants to go ahead and donate, but maybe can't donate right now, but they can, you know, at the end of the month, maybe consider going ahead and donating to the Patreon. You know, it's a very good way to go ahead and donate, because you might want to donate, but you can't right now. But at the end of the month, after payday, you can, you know? So go ahead and consider doing it via the Patreon if you want to go ahead and help out the channel, because it does help. Heck, it pays for this internet that we're streaming on right now. The Patreon purely pays for the internet bill, so that's fantastic. So that would be pretty cool to go ahead and get more people donating via the Patreon, I suppose. And also, you could argue the same thing about the YouTube sponsorship program. If you go ahead and sponsor the channel on YouTube, then not only do you get to use the fantastic, amazing custom emotes, which I'm going to use right now. You can go ahead and keep your eye on the chat. Well, in fact, you might have to scroll up a little bit on the chat, but you will see I have just pasted in the Fallout Mama Murphy and Fallout Preston Garvey emotes, which you can use if you are a sponsor. YouTube gives you the right to use those if you become a sponsor. So why don't you give it a go if you want to go ahead and use those emotes? If we get 4 more sponsors, YouTube gives us a new emote, and then I can make it in Photoshop, you know? So go ahead and do that as well if you feel like it. You still get a notification pop up on screen if you donate via the Patreon or the sponsorship program. So you'll still get popped up on screen if you do either of those. I don't want another white one, do I? There's too many white roses. Let's go ahead and grab a red one. Boop. Red one? Red one! Red one! There we go. Let's go ahead and pop this down. Straight there. I wish they had better flowers. I mean, we got the white ones, we got the red ones, but we really struggled with the florist shop to go ahead and get more. You know what I'm saying? We really struggled to go ahead and get more. So, it's what it is, I suppose. Alright. So, Monsieur Flamingo says, back, what's happening? We are adding some more decorations to the place, Monsieur Flamingo. That's what we are doing. We are adding some more decorations to our apartment. So we kind of get an idea of how it's going to feel and stuff like that. You know, how it's going to kind of play out. So we've got those flowers there. I do feel as if we need, like, some kind of patio thing. Maybe we can get, like, some of those patio tables which have the umbrellas. Pre-wall patio chair. No, that's a clean one, isn't it? It's not really the one I wanted. I wanted the ones with the umbrellas. That's the ones I wanted. Go ahead and grab one of those, maybe. See what it looks like. See what it looks like. It kind of works. It matches. It matches the aesthetic. But I don't know where to put it. I don't know where to put me table. Could go ahead and put it right there, maybe. But again, I don't really know if it works. Not really. What we could do, here's an idea. We could have like a load of furniture and stuff on the top of the apartments. So we can have like barbecues and stuff like that on the top, rather than other buildings. What do you think about that? Just an idea, because I do like the idea of having extra buildings as well. It makes the place look even taller, because, you know, I'm all about having this thing be tall. But if we can't go ahead and do some furniture outside, then that is an option. So let me know what you think about that. It would be nice to know. Alright. Go ahead and grab that there. So I like the idea, but unfortunately I don't really think it works right there. We've got this seating things there. What else are people saying? Alright, so does anyone say anything that is useful? Later the Fallout says we can put them on the roof. That is a nice idea. But, yeah, I think we could probably go ahead and do that. At some point. We could still have buildings on the roof as well, I suppose. We could still have some. Just not as many. Right, so. How about we go ahead and add... maybe some of the rubber matting and stuff like that. I feel as if they would need to have... well, it's not called rubber matting, is it? It's just called mat. I feel as if they would need to have lots of rubber matting in this place. Because if you think about it, it's all metal. So if it's been really heavily raining, or if it's been snowing, for example, then they're really going to need to have rubberized floors, aren't they? Because otherwise they'll slip over all the time. And if you slip on this place, my god, you fall into your death. So we really don't want to have that. So how about we go ahead and find the static items? Here we go, static. We've got welcome mats, vault floor medium mats. Here we go, ones like this, you know? What about the ones that are a bit messier? Those ones. We use these in the play park as well. And this is a really good way of instantly giving it a bit more, well, it's not colour. Well, it is colour, I suppose, you know? It's colour depth. It's more variety of colour. Not only that, but it also kind of has a purpose as well, as we just said. Kind of makes it a bit more believable in a way. Okay. So yeah, just kind of slide these up. And try to give some variety of it as well. You know, they've got different kinds. You know, they've got some which are more broken than others. Some which are actually perfectly clean and tidy, you know. So we'll go ahead and add these. I don't really want to have them rotated too much. But did we add any of these to the market? I don't think we did. It might actually be an idea to add some of these to the market. Just so we can kind of keep up that same aesthetic of you might need to go ahead and have these be on the floor just so people are safe. Go ahead and put like a couple random ones down here as well. Just a couple random broken pieces. Because I want it to look messy, but I don't want it to look, you know, really messy. But just having like one little section, you know, through this section where there would be high traffic, there can be a bit more broken off chunks over there. Because obviously everyone would have to walk in through this little section here. But not everyone has to walk here, for example. So go ahead and pop that down there. Vault floor mat. That's for clean one, isn't it? Let's just go ahead and I'll grab another medium. Grab another medium one. Alright, so what else are people saying then? What else are people saying? Larry Dole says Chinese music. This isn't Chinese music, it's flute and stuff like that. Besides, what is Chinese music? You chimes and stuff like that? Is that what you mean? I assume that's what you mean. No, none of that. Okay, so we got that there. There we go. That's looking a bit better already, you know? It's not much, but it's a very subtle feature which instantly gives it a little bit more character, you know? Gives it a little bit more character, and that I like. So what's the people saying then? What's the people saying? Okay, so Lone Ranger says rubber mats was my favourite. Indeed, indeed, indeed. Everyone just seems to be talking to Dave. Dave! Everyone keeps talking here, but you haven't responded once. Don't call me the lazy one. You're the one not responding in the chat. Oh well, oh well, oh well, oh well. It's what it is, it's what it is. He's very shy, is Dave. You know, because as I said, I rescued him from Santa's workshop. And he was in a bad place. But you, of course, can go ahead and sponsor a Dave by going ahead and donating directly to Final Render via Super Chat to help support a Dave today. Am I making fun of charity by doing that? Nah, not really. What am I talking about? No, I'm not. Okay, let's go ahead and get some more billboards and stuff like this as well. See, just adding these billboards instantly makes it look a bit more interesting. Just such a subtle thing, you know, just adding those little billboards suddenly gives it a lot more personality, you know? Just because it's colour. And, you know, you could argue that the actual place itself already has a lot of personality because it's very different. But it doesn't feel lived in. That's the biggest problem I find with a lot of people's builds. Especially on, you know, what's it called? People who can't use mods. Is that they're really restricted by how much stuff they can put in there to make it feel lived in. Because they don't have all of the external assets to go ahead and make something that feels really lived in. Which is a huge shame. And, you know, I suppose it's kind of pointless saying this now, but I do wish that the PlayStation 4 got the same kind of functionality as the Xbox, or even the PC. You know, the Xbox is still limited, remember, which is also sucky, just not as much as the PlayStation. I want to say maybe they'll find a way to make it work, but at this stage, I think they're probably not going to. You know, the game's been out for, well, it would have been 3 years by the end of this year, wouldn't it? Would it be 3 years? Yeah, October time, I think. It'll be 3 years. Fancy that. Almost due for a new Bethesda game. Okay. Okay, so Fallout 5Z says, I urgently need you to check Twitter. I bet it's not urgent, but we'll go and check it out. You've probably just done another horrible Photoshop of me looking like a nun or something like that. But let's go ahead and see. Harry Korn says, render face reveal exposed. Ah, I knew it. I knew it. Look at all these final renders. So look, there's a Black Hawk right there. Looks pretty good. Yes. And what else have we got? We have also got Harry Korn again. Says possibly... Oh, US milk vending machine. Oh, okay. So they do exist. And there is like one right there, which actually does look like in the Fallout style. So maybe it's not an American thing. Maybe it was like a 1950s thing. That would make sense, wouldn't it? That would make a bit more sense. And they might just make like milkshake machines as well, remember? You know, not just pure milk. And FireZ Crafter says, Final Render, Dave was in your stream. Check comments of this tweet. Dare I look? Oh no, I don't want to watch it. I don't want to watch that guy. Is there a reply? Is there a reply? There he is. Dave escapes back to Final Render's house. God damn you, Dave. Don't you go ahead and do that. One day we'll reveal Dave to the world, but only when the world deserves Dave, basically. Alright. Go ahead and add a couple more railings and stuff like this, so we can go ahead and add some billboards on the side. If you're going to add more billboards, have them facing the front so the player can see them as he or she is approaching the place. You know, don't just hide them all the way at the back right there or something. Have them at the front as well. Center stage. Go ahead and put them up right there so the player knows exactly what kind of cool place this is, you know? And this place doesn't need too much to make it look cool. Because I've now got that rubber matting down, it looks a lot nicer already. But when we go ahead and maybe add just a few more little crams, like maybe some more flowers and stuff, as we said, add some of the trash and stuff, then that'll be really good. In fact, let's do some of that now. I think tomorrow I'll probably try to finish this place off, because, you know, I don't want to be working on this apartment too much longer, you know? I don't want to be doing that for too long. Let's go ahead and get, like, some trash piles. So there are, like, as you can expect, there is huge amounts of just trash which you can use in the Fallout 4 game directories. Let's go ahead and see what we got. Trash pile, rectangular and stuff like that. You know, just random piles of just trash. And it's fantastic. Not all of them are sensible, because obviously these ones, as you can see, there's trash on top of dirt. Sorry. So we can't use that. And we've also got ones here which are in marshes. Again, can't use those. But we've got things like these ones, trash piles, which maybe, but trash edge. I believe these are the ones which are good. Yeah, if we can go ahead and get like all the trash edge ones. Trash edge. Here we go. Trash edge 1. What's that like? Yeah, just go ahead and like add little bits of trash, like understairs, in corners, stuff like that, you know, just to give it a little bit of life, a little bit. Probably for that, we'll probably have this trash, like, probably where the actual trash bin is, because that's actually quite a big, significant chunk of trash right there. Go ahead and put that right under there. These are just little features which, when they're missing, you really notice they're missing. But if you go ahead and put them back in, then all of a sudden it's like, wow, that looks not bad. That looks not bad. And that's what we need. Okay, so what if we type in... Is it rubbish or debris? Debris is a good one, because you get lots of different kinds. Not just like bricks and stuff. You also get like bits of metal, paper, stuff like that. There's even like wind debris and stuff like that. Like paper blowing in the wind in a circle, for example, which is really cool. And we've got some here. I'm actually going to save this now. I'm going to save this here, because I haven't done it in a while. Let's try grabbing this like clutter concrete combo pack. What does this add? This should add a load. That's for an interior cell mostly, by the look of it, isn't it? Yeah, that's a bit too much, that is. But if we can go ahead and find some which we can just kind of put on the edges of stuff, then that'll be really good. What's this? Debris pile alpha brick. Nah, we don't want that. That's just an alpha, isn't it? Diner wall debris. See, that's kind of cool. That's kind of cool. Obviously, it's meant to be from a diner. What if we just go ahead and make one of those diners? You know, I don't remember what they're called, but the actual diners. Nah, because then we'd have to explain how an official diner got up here, wouldn't we? Yeah, never mind. Forget that idea. A nice idea, but doesn't really quite work, does it? Doesn't really quite work. High-tech debris right here. This is the stuff which normally works pretty well, because you can kind of just sprinkle most of the high-tech debris just kind of anywhere, and it typically works. But what about this? Decal debris. Decal debris is a bit nicer, because it doesn't actually hit the performance too hard. So, you know, just little bits of paper and stuff like that. You scatter them around willy-nilly, and you can go ahead and get some nice looks and stuff. Just make sure that if you have it on top of this mat, for example, it stays on top of the mat, because it is just like a flat image, and you'll see bits of trash floating in the air otherwise. But if we do that, for example, then it actually is floated. It's not floated in the air, so to speak. It's just resting on top of the mat. But let's see if we can go ahead and add some to the side of the buildings, like we said before. You know, around the back of the buildings. If the correction kit will stop lagging, that is. Okay. It might just be that it's a bit hot in here, for example, you know. Because obviously a computer is still a machine, you know. If it gets too hot, it will slow down. It will. Alright, so what else are people saying? Okay, so Super Cool YouTube says, under the balcony, put trash like they don't care. You see, that's an idea we had. That's an idea that somebody had. That to have, like, trash right on the edges of these rails, and then have, like, big trash piles down on the bottom, as if they've just kind of pushed it off. You know what I mean? If that was a very cool idea. But if we could just, like, fill this section with just, like, trash. Not only does it kind of keep it in the world of Fallout then, but I think it will be really good to show what these people are like. Just pushing them to the side. Crater debris. Unfortunately, most of these are really big, these ones, you know? Most of these are really big. Debris pile small. No, not really. Let's go back to trash. Go back to typing in trash. Diamond rubble trash. Again, that's used to kind of make up the actual floor. Trash decal again. What's trash decal like? Really, every time we find the trash decals, we should just kind of just throw them down. Yeah, just throw them down like that. That's the kind of look we're going for. Just have like big heaps of trash right on the edges. About what we might do actually, we might go ahead and get another trash can. I'll go ahead and get another trash can. Have this on the edge of the rail so it almost looks like here's a trash can for if you're just passing by you can use, you know? Go ahead and put that right there maybe. And maybe like a dumpster. Do they actually have dumpsters? Oh, they're not called dumpsters, are they? Okay, never mind. If I find the name of it, then I'll go ahead and add it. There actually are like big proper dumpsters you can go ahead and put down. And they look really good. Well, as good as dumpsters can look anyway. Did I just spell it wrong? Trash, yeah. There we go, now it's giving me the full list. Okay, so trash edge, no chunks. Let's just go ahead and try to add some of these things, just to see what we can do before the stream kind of ends. Because we are going to be ending the stream in like, what, 5 minutes, 10 minutes or so, something like that. So let's go ahead and try to add some of these. And it actually doesn't really matter if it intersects with the building, because we're not going to be revealing the interiors. So we can actually get away with doing that. Let's go ahead and put things like that there. Trash bin static. Ah, trash bin is what it's called. Trash bin. Oh yeah, that's the door. Trash bin static 2. There we go. That's what I was after. That's what I was after all along. Go ahead and raise it up. You raise me up. Now, what if we go ahead and rotate it around just like that? Does it fit? We've got to shrink it down a little bit. We've got to shrink it down a bit. And then maybe get rid of that one. Get rid of that one there. There we go. We've got a little trash can right there. And it's floating currently. Go ahead and lower that down. Sweet. Good job. Good job. Maybe move it a bit to the left as well. Cool, cool, cool. All right. All right, Laura Elsha says, Render, don't forget to add trash down below as if it fell from the riches above. I do really like that idea. I really do like that idea. So we're able to go ahead and do that. What else have we got? Later the Fallout says, yes, dumpsters. Couldn't remember the proper name. But yeah, we've got that in there. We've got that in there. And Lone Render appears to be throwing a lot of ghosts in the chat. Like, you guys actually haven't been talking to me that much. You've just been kind of making your own adventure about Dave, like story time with Dave. That's pretty interesting. I'm not complaining, you know, as long as everyone's having fun, you know, that's the point, you know what I mean? As long as everyone's having fun. See, that's a bit too big. Right, diamond rubble trash. This might be better if we can find a smaller one. But they're all giant. Why don't they have any smaller ones? Debris wood pile. Debris is probably the best way to do it. Trash, it's alright, but it's really not giving us the option we need. What about this one? Again, that's kind of like the interior castle, isn't it? That one there. Aeroplane debris. Oh, look, you can get like the giant plane fuselages and stuff like that. That's cool. That's very cool. Marsh scum debris. That's the stuff that actually moves on the water, isn't it? So we definitely can't have that because it'll literally move. And we've got things like this, which is cool. You know, just random chunks of metal and stuff. We did say we wanted to just add a bunch of this stuff, didn't we? To the buildings. Just so it kind of gives it a little bit of character and stuff. Maybe we should try doing some of that as well. Alright, so go ahead and rotate that around. And push that in. Like that. There we go, got a big old air vent right there. And the debris... Oh, there's bricks red. Yeah, we don't want bricks. You see, this is the hardest part about designing a place. You know what you want, you've got plenty of options, but you just don't find the one you actually want. And normally, you know, I say just, hey, just move on if that's the case. Move on if that's the case. This is pretty much the last thing we're going to do in the stream, though. So I want to at least try to find something that could work. Hit debris pile. Debris interior wood. Again, they're all just kind of like that. I don't know. I'll, again, you know, I do plan to do some of this tomorrow. You know, kind of off stream, because I want to move on with this. So I'll have a proper look tomorrow about what we can actually do. To go ahead and do that. So let's go ahead and see if we can get some very last little details to go ahead and put into the buildings. You know, like air vents and stuff like that. Because I know what I want to do for this. I just need to find the objects. But right now we're running out of streaming time. So let's go ahead and see if we can find like some air vents, for example. Maybe just air vent. Or maybe just vent. Venting. There we go. So it'll be in the static options, won't it? Pretty much everything you want to be building with should be static, unless it's like a door or something. Yeah, if it doesn't need to be interacted with, go ahead and use a static. It's easily the best way to do it. Roof vent 01. See, stuff like that is cool. Stuff like that is very cool. But I don't really know if it fits the aesthetic. That looks a bit too nice for these buildings. But ones like that, that's like for the top of a skyscraper or something, isn't it? I don't know what's going on with that. And, Mac vent. Oh, I know those. Those are tiny, actually. Yeah, you use them on the floor, don't you? I know which ones those are. Another roof vent. 3 roof vents, even. My gosh. Tell you what. Let's just take some inspiration. Let's take some inspiration. Let's go ahead and look down at the lower level of Diamond City and see what kind of aesthetic they have. Lots of these, like, little aerials and stuff. This is what we need. We need to go ahead and add stuff like this to the buildings. Go ahead and add all these little pipes and stuff like that. Even if they don't lead anywhere, just go ahead and add them, you know? Make it look a bit snazzy. Make it look a bit different. Make it look a little bit jazz, a little bit rock and roll. I need to come up with some new phrases for that, don't I? So I suppose, really, these are meant to look like TV aerials, I suppose? But they don't actually link to a TV, of course. Or do they, actually? Because, obviously, all the TVs do still pick up the please stand by image. So they must all have, like, internal antennas? Like, that's quite an unusual thing, you know, considering that the television technology is based on, like, 1950s television technology. But they've all got internal aerials? So you can work out how to get an internal aerial, but you can't work out how to go ahead and... but you can't go ahead and work out how to get colour. Okay, fair enough. Was colour too expensive? Is that what it is? Got a really itchy neck. Alright, so we got that there. That's looking alright. If we can go ahead and sort out the heights and stuff. Doing stuff like this instantly kind of gives your buildings a lot more character. Because it's not much. They're not even needed. But they really do help it out, you know? For like all bits of clothesline and stuff like that. We could maybe go ahead and have like clotheslines going across the top. You know, if there are clotheslines in the game, which are that length. I honestly have no idea. Alrighty. So yeah. We're getting there. Okay, we're getting there. We'll have a very quick looking game. And then we'll wrap up the stream. Alright, so we got some work done. We definitely made it look prettier, that's for sure. We definitely did a good job of making it look pretty. I do think I do think next stream I will have to put the ads on, basically. Because if people can't donate, then I'll have to put ads onto the streams. It's unfortunate, but it's what it is, basically. So, it's what it is, you know? Alright, so let's go ahead and close out that creation kit. We'll have a very quick look. You actually have to close the creation kit every time you want to go ahead and jump in game. Because unfortunately, if you don't close it, then it means that you're able to go ahead and let it be slowed down by the creation kit. We don't want that. Not only that, but sometimes it won't even load it because it will say things like, oh, the mod is still in editor or something along those lines, you know? Alright, let's launch this then. Alright, later the Fallout says, unless stuff just starts falling off the shelf, sometimes that can be really funny. Oh, you're talking about static items and stuff like that. Yeah, that's true. But there are other things to take into account as well. And that is because there are things like things that aren't static actually take up more loading resources, for example, because it's got all the physics and stuff on it. So therefore, having less stuff that relies on physics will actually help as well for performance. Here we go, here we go. Right, let's go ahead and load up this cell here then, and we'll give it a quick look. Give it a quick look. Excellent, excellent, excellent. So what are people saying? Yeah, everyone's just been talking about Dave and stuff like that. Super Cool Brood's YouTube says, I don't mind ads as much. I do. I really do. They interrupt everything. Kind of defeats the point of live streaming if we're just going to be interrupted constantly. You know what I mean? Okay, okay. So we'll just have a very quick look and then we'll wrap up this stream. As I said, tomorrow I'll probably have a quick look at this, see what I can add. Finish off the railings. Try to add some of that trash and piles and stuff like that, because unfortunately it's just a bit of a problem otherwise to go ahead and just sit here and scroll through lists while streaming. You know, it's boring. It's boring. So we can't have that. So I did like the look of this this new Ripper they added to the game, because the Ripper looked pretty much the same in Fallout 3 and New Vegas, I believe. Oh, we got a notification there. What have we got? Late to the Fallout has donated $2 via the super chat and says, can we hear the story of how you and Dave met? Late. Everyone go ahead and chant Late to the Fallout in the chat for going ahead and donating $2 via the super chat. That is absolutely awesome, Late to the Fallout. Thanks very much for doing that. Thanks very much for doing that. Because here's the thing, people. What Late to the Fallout just did by donating, that's probably more money than we would get from ads. That's the bluntness of it, you know, and that's another reason why I don't want to do it, because it interrupts it, and it causes problems with the stream. And it's not even enough. So, yeah. Should I... Dave, am I right to tell them a story about how you and I met? Late to the Fallout wants to know. $2. Alright, Dave says okay. Well, basically, back in Vietnam, this wasn't like during the Vietnam War or anything, this just went to Vietnam. We heard rumors from an old innkeeper saying that there was a horrible slave trade going on. A horrible slave trade. And this slave trade was trading Santa's Christmas elves who had tried to escape from Santa's workshop. And they were being kidnapped when they finally got to the real world and forced into slave labor. This was on an island just off the coast of Costa Rica. So I headed off to Costa Rica, you know, and I found the actual place. And the thing is that everything looked okay on the surface. Everything looked just fine on the surface. In fact, there were a lot of just normal, happy elves there. But when you go to the back room, you started to actually see that the elves were basically being indoctrinated into, well, that's probably the nicest way I can say it. They were being forced into a new slave trade that was far worse than Santa's workshop. And they kept begging, saying, please, let us go back to Lapland. And then they just said, no, you're not going back to Lapland. Santa doesn't want you anymore. So they would forcibly stay in the slave trade. And do you know what the slave trade was? The slave trade was, they would have to basically create the instant swiping apps for Tinder. That's what they did, you know? It's not a machine doing that. It's not just an app which automatically swipes yes. It's an actual Dave. An actual slave Dave going ahead and doing that for your account. So what I did, I went ahead and armed up with the local militia just off the edge of Costa Rica. You know, they're originally drug cartels, but, you know, I actually managed to raise enough money by busking on the streets of Brazil to go ahead and pay for that cartel. We went ahead, busted out as many of them as possible. Dave was the only one who survived, though, because unfortunately, The Christmas elves, they have very weak hearts, so they tend to panic every time there is a loud noise. So, unfortunately, he was the only one who made it, but I decided to do his best for me to bring Dave back. And now he lives just off camera, right there. And that's how I met Dave. Great story right there, I know. What a weird story. Okay, so this actually looks alright. I really like the billboards. The billboards work really well. If we can maybe light these up somehow, if we can light those up, that would be really, really nice. You know, have some little lamps, you know, on each one so you can see it. And, you know, the flowers are good. The flowers are good. You know, the trash cans work. The benches are alright. They are static, though. I would like to go ahead and change those for ones you can actually sit on. You know, I think that would be fantastic. And, we need something in the middle, but I don't know what. I don't know what for now. That might be something we've got to decide later on. But yeah, that is our apartments. Coming along quite nicely. Let's see if we can get like an aerial view. Yeah, that's good. And when we do add the rest of the trash piles, more air vents and stuff, I think that'll look really, really nice. Really nice indeed. Going to grab a screenshot. Okie dokie. So yeah, and later the thought says, so now Dave has a home. Thank you for the story. He does. He does. Like, you know, he's still not fully used to it, unfortunately. But, you know, it's better than Lapland, and it's definitely better than where he was in Costa Rica. So that's awesome. Okay, so I guess it's time to wrap up the stream on that very positive, yet very bizarre note, I suppose. Alright, let's go ahead and save this and quit out. So guys, thank you very much. Thank you very much for going ahead and enjoying the stream, people. As I said, you know, it wasn't a very big stream. But what I think we might do next stream, like I said, I think we might do just like a settlement build. I think we'll do a settlement build on stream. I think that'll be cool. It'll be different. But I'm still not 100% sure if I want to do it on PlayStation 4 or PC. I'll think about it. I'll think about it. Because obviously PlayStation 4, it's different. It's cool. But obviously PC, we can do much more with it, and we can film it easier as well. In fact, now I think about it, PC might be the best way to do it. So yeah, thanks very much for watching, guys. Thank you very much for the 2 donators we had, Just Fuller and later the Fallout with the $4 donations there. Obviously, not too much, but that is the way it is. You know, sometimes we only get $4 or so, sometimes we get more. So, is what it is. And I really look forward to doing the next stream when we'll do a settlement mode. It'll be good fun to go ahead and do that, kind of get away from that. And as I said, I'll probably do a little bit of the build tomorrow. So thanks very much for watching, guys. I've been the Final Render and you've been the audience. Remember to go ahead and check out some of the other fantastic videos on the channel. Remember, of course, to go ahead and also check out some of the Patreon people in the description below. The people who support the Patreon, they pay for the internet for these streams. They pay for the internet for these streams. So if you want to see anyone who deserves a big thank you, it is all these people on Patreon, because right now we are streaming in somewhat decent quality. Go back to some of the very first streams when we were building Virgil's laboratory. Picture quality is awful, but it's because of the guys on Patreon we're able to do this. So, thank you very much for going ahead and doing this. Now I'm probably gonna go ahead and play some Elite Dangerous. Actually, you know, I need to. Well, should I? Yeah, I'll go on. I'll do a little bit of Elite Dangerous. Is what it is. Is what it is. But that is the end of the stream right now. So thank you very much. Everyone say goodbye. What else are people saying? Yep, people are saying goodbye. Everything is good. Larry Dorrell says he reported Dave. No, Dave's a good person. Dave's a good person. And Laser Fallout says bye, Render. Little Fallout says bye too. That's fantastic. Goodbye, everyone. Goodbye. Remember to sleep well. Oh, my camera's cut off as I'm saying goodbye. That's not a good way to do it, is it? All right, goodbye, guys. Goodbye. Sleep well. Stay warm. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.